as existing between L and M. So this was a slightly different kind of question in which the new profit sharing ratio was to be calculated in a different way. Fine. So many children send the answer for this. And here is the correct answer by Soham. I just wanted to he has sent it very beautifully presented. This is the answer by Soham Jain. As the ratio and L, you can see the ratio is 5:3. Fine. And ratio between M and N will be same as between L and M. Fine. So we have to calculate 3 is how much percentage of 5. So if I calculate 3 upon 5 into 100, that comes out to be 60%. Fine. So see, N will also get 60% of 3. N will also get 60% of. So N's share is 60% of 3, that is 1.8. So their new profit sharing ratio comes out to be 5:3:1.8. And we never show ratio in decimals. So we have converted into whole numbers. So this comes out to be now 25:15:9. So my new profit sharing ratio is 25:15:9. So we simply have to apply this, that 3 was 60% of 5, which was the earlier profit sharing ratio. And now 60% of 3 is 1.8. So the new profit sharing ratio is 5:3:1.8. Fine. So if I have found out the new profit sharing ratio, I can easily find out the sacrificing ratio. This is old ratio minus new ratio. So sacrificing ratio comes out to be 45:27. You can note down this. The only point is you have to find out N's share is 60% of 3 because M's share was 60% of L. Fine. So we found out 60% of 3, that is 1.8. And I got the correct answers for this from Apoor of 12th, Soham, Chavi, and the first one to send the answer was Manan of 12th C. Very good, children. Keep practicing. It's the practice that is required in accountancy. The more questions you practice, the more clarity of concept you will have. Now we have discussed the method of valuation of goodwill. Fine. Just try to recall the methods that we have discussed so far. We can be given, one was average profit method. Yes, under average profit method, we discussed two methods. Yes, just try to recall what are the two methods under average profit. One was simple average, then weighted average. Then the second was super profit method, and the last was capitalization method, capitalization of average profit and capitalization of super profit. Now you can be asked, in this chapter, you can be asked to calculate goodwill by any of the methods. Fine. You can be asked, and very frequently we are asked only the average profit method, because in the full-fledged question, or if I'm asking you the accounting treatment, I am not going to give you a very lengthy method of valuation of goodwill. Fine. But any method can be asked, and in addition to this, any other new method can also be given. For example, I give you that the goodwill is to be valued at twice the average profit or 2 times the sum of last year's profit. Fine. So whatever statement is given to you, you have to calculate the goodwill according to that. Or whatever method is given to you have to follow that for valuation of goodwill. And once you have valued the goodwill, we have to learn the accounting treatment of goodwill. Find what is to be done with the goodwill. For that, we have to read the question carefully. Because in admission, as we discussed, new partner is going to bring in what? He is going to bring cash for capital and another portion of cash for premium for goodwill, because old partners are sacrificing their share in favor of new partners. So he's going to bring premium for goodwill. I'm mentioning premium for goodwill, not goodwill here, because this is valuation of goodwill. This is self-generated goodwill, and accounting standard 26 becomes applicable here. And accounting standard 26 says that the goodwill, self-generated goodwill, cannot be recorded in the books of account. So I cannot call it goodwill. I am just naming it premium for goodwill. Now, there are two types of goodwill we studied. Fine. One is, let's try to recall, there are two types of goodwill. One I have just mentioned. One is self-generated goodwill. That is the result of hard work. That there is purchased goodwill. If you have purchased any running business, then the goodwill of the business purchased is purchased goodwill. Now, children, I want the answer from you. Out of these two, which one is recorded in the books of accounts? Out of self-generated goodwill and purchased goodwill, which one is recorded in the books of accounts? You can text me the answer. Out of the self-generated goodwill and purchased goodwill. Yes, very good, Apoor. Purchased goodwill is recorded in the books of account. Yes, Surya, Vishwas, very good. Sahaj, good, very good. Purchased goodwill is recorded in the books of account. And which accounting standard is applicable for recording goodwill? Or for the treatment of goodwill, which accounting standard is applicable? It's accounting standard 26th. Anushka is the first one to answer. Very good, Anushka. Shakti, very good. Fine. So you have learned this, that accounting standard 26. Fine. Now, purchased goodwill and self-generated goodwill. Now, the goodwill that we are valuing at the time of admission of a partner is self-generated goodwill of the old partners. Whatever hard work that the old partners have put in building the goodwill of the firm, we are going to value that at the time of admission of a new partner. But there might be a possibility that there is a goodwill appearing in the balance sheet, appearing in the books of account on the date of admission of a new partner. So now, what is that goodwill appearing in the balance sheet? That is the goodwill they might have purchased a running business in the past year, which is appearing today as goodwill in the balance sheet or in the books of account. That is not self-generated or valued goodwill. Fine. So self-generated goodwill does not appear in the books of account because of accounting standard 26. And accounting standard 26, basically, children, it does not deal with only goodwill. It deals with accounting standard 26, deals with the recording of intangible assets. Fine. And since goodwill is an intangible asset, so accounting standard 26 becomes applicable on goodwill also. We have accounting standards you have studied in class 11. They are being issued by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India in India, by the accounting bodies of the country, and they deal with the various issues. And accounting standard 26 deals with recording of intangible assets. Now, purchased goodwill appearing in the books at the time of reconstitution. If there is a goodwill in the balance sheet on the date of admission, that means It is appearing in the balance sheet. Now, what is to be done with that? We have to learn the treatment of both purchased goodwill as well as self-generated goodwill. That means the goodwill appearing in the balance sheet is purchased goodwill. And for this also accounting standard, we have to refer to accounting standard 26. And accounting standard 26 here says that if any intangible asset is there, that has to be written off as early as possible. Fine. So before we start with a new agreement amongst the partners, we have to write off it as early as possible. So we have to write off that goodwill. We have to write off that goodwill appearing in the old balance sheet or the balance sheet before the admission. Fine. So we are one thing with the goodwill appearing in the balance sheet on the date of admission is to be treated separately. Fine. And the goodwill that we are valuing on the date of admission is to be treated separately. Fine. The first thing that you're going to say is if there is any goodwill in the balance sheet, that is the purchased goodwill. The firm must have purchased some business few years back or or any time before the date of reconstitution. Fine. So they must have purchased the goodwill along. That is the goodwill, and I have to write it off first. I don't want this in my new books of account or in the balance sheet. I don't want it in the balance sheet after the new partner is being admitted. Fine. So goodwill appearing in the balance sheet on the date of reconstitution, we have to pass one entry. Goodwill is an asset. It will be appearing on the asset side of the balance sheet. Fine. So if I have to remove an asset, if I have to write off any asset, I have to credit that asset. And who all will be debited? All the partners existing on the date of reconstitution, that I'll be using the term old partners. Fine. An admission will be using the term old partners. So this goodwill is written off amongst the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Yes. Now, the which item has to be distributed in which profit sharing ratio, this has to be remembered very carefully, children. So, goodwill appearing in the balance sheet is to be written off amongst the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. Fine. A, B, and C, whosoever, I'm just taking an example. There are three partners. There might be two, four partners. There can be any number of partners. So it will be distributed amongst all partners in old profit sharing ratio. Fine. So this is for the purchased goodwill appearing in the balance sheet on the date of admission is to be treated by passing just one journal entry, that is partner's capital account to goodwill. And here I'm using the word goodwill because this is the purchased goodwill and it was recorded in the books of account. So I'm using the term goodwill here. Fine. So if you are being asked to prepare partner's account, the goodwill appearing in the balance sheet will be this. This will be posted to the debit side of partner's capital account. One second, children. Wait a minute. Yes. Now we have to see the accounting treatment of valued goodwill. Fine. Once we have valued the goodwill by the method given in the question or by the method asked for, fine. Now, suppose the value of the goodwill comes out to be 1 lakh and new partner is coming for 1/5 share. So he is going to bring 1/5 of 1 lakh. That means 20,000. He's going to bring his own share in the goodwill valued. But there are various ways that he will be paying this amount, fine? And the accounting treatment will be done accordingly. So first is that he pays the premium privately. Privately means that the payment is not being routed through the books of firm. He is paying it separately to the old partners. Suppose I am being admitted to a firm where A and B are partners. I don't pay the premium for goodwill through the books of the firm. It is not recorded in the books of the firm. It is being paid separately to A and B. Fine. So if premium is paid privately means not through the books of firm. So we are not going to pass any entry, because in case of sole proprietorship and partnership, business and owner are basically the same. If I'm paying it through the books of firm, that is going to go to A and B. If I am paying it to A and B separately, not through the firm, then also it is going to go to A and B. Fine. So if they don't want to record it in the firm's book, so you will be given that the premium for goodwill is paid privately, then no journal entry is going to be passed, because following, going to record the transactions of the business. We are not going to record the personal transactions. Fine. Separate entity principle, business entity principle is applicable here. So whatever is being paid to the old partners privately is not going to be recorded here. Fine. The next thing, now this is one case. Now, if the partner pays the premium for goodwill through the firm, fine, that pays through the firm, then what will be the journal entries? Now, we discussed that the capital and cash can be paid in capital, and premium for goodwill can be brought in cash or kind. So we'll be taking up all the cases one by one. When the premium for goodwill is paid in cash and it is retained in the business, and cash is retained in the business, that means business ke andar cash is remaining in the business, cash is not withdrawn by the partners, then what will be the journal entry? Yes, children, what is the journal entry for capital brought in by partners? What is the journal entry? I hope everyone knows that. What is the journal entry for bringing cash or bringing capital? Fine. It is cash account debited to capital. And if in addition to capital, a partner is bringing premium for goodwill, then the entry will be cash account debited to premium for goodwill. And this premium for goodwill will be distributed amongst we are not going to keep any word related to goodwill in the books also, as per accounting standard 26. Though we are naming it premium for goodwill, but that will also not be kept. That account will also not be kept in the books of account. And this premium for goodwill, he is bringing for the old partners who have sacrificed their share. So this will be distributed amongst the sacrificing partners. Children, I have mentioned here sacrificing partners, not old partners, as there might be a case when one of the old partner is not sacrificing his share. Fine. One of the old partner is not sacrificing his shares. So in that case, we are not going to give him any share in the premium of goodwill. So partners who are sacrificing, note down this clearly, goodwill appearing in the balance sheet is to be distributed or is to be written off in old profit sharing ratio amongst old partners. But valued goodwill is to be distributed. Premium for goodwill is to be distributed among sacrificing partners in sacrificing ratio. Whosoever partner has sacrificed his share, this premium for goodwill will be distributed amongst the partners. So what is the net effect? See, premium for goodwill account is credited and again it is debited. So this account has been closed. This will not appear in your new books. Fine. Partners capital account or current account has increased and cash account of the firm has increased. Cash has increased, so cash has been retained in the business. Cash has been retained in the business. Fine. I hope I am clear. cash account to premium for goodwill, and then premium for goodwill to partners capital account. Let's take up one question. Okay, before this, let's discuss this. Premium for goodwill is withdrawn by the partners. If premium for goodwill is withdrawn, is paid in cash, and it is withdrawn by the partners, same thing will go cash account to premium for goodwill, and then premium for goodwill, it will be distributed amongst the sacrificing partners in sacrificing ratio. But after this, what is going to happen? They are going to withdraw that amount. So your entry will be, third entry will be partners capital account to cash account. So what has happened? Cash has come into the business, their capital account has increased, but premium for goodwill has cancelled. Fine. And this cash has been withdrawn. So this cash has not been retained in the business. It has not been retained in the business. Yes. Let's take up this question. Now, A and B are partners, sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. C is admitted as a partner. A gives 1/5 share and B gives 2/5 of his share in favor of C. So you have to apply the concept. Now, see, I have taken the concept of gaining and sacrificing ratio also, and the goodwill is valued at 75,000. And C brings his share of goodwill in cash, and it is retained in the business. Fine. So A gives 1/5 of his share, and B gives 2/5 of his share in favor of C. So I have to find out. So see, children, we are applying the concept of gaining and sacrificing ratio here also, and we are passing the journal entries for the treatment of goodwill. Here I have not asked you to value the goodwill. I have simply asked you to, the value of the goodwill is given, you just have to do the accounting treatment. Fine. So I have found out A sacrifice and B sacrifice, and C's share is equal to A sacrifice plus B sacrifice. So C is going to bring 7/25 of 75,000. I hope sacrifice is clear. And C sacrifice is equal to A sacrifice, or C's new share is equal to A sacrifice plus B sacrifice. So this comes out to be 7/25. So he is going to bring 7/25 of 75,000. That is 21,000. He's going to bring 21,000. Now my question is, now, how this 21,000 will be distributed amongst A and B? In which ratio this 21,000 will be distributed between A and B? And what will be the journal entry for that? If he's bringing 21,000 for his share of goodwill, then in which ratio it will be distributed amongst A and B? And what will be the journal entry if this 21,000 is retained in the business? Can I have the ratio first? In which ratio this 21,000 will be distributed? It will take time to type the journal entry, I think, write the journal entries. You can tell the ratio first. What is the ratio in which this 21,000 brought by the incoming partner will be distributed? Very good, Rahul. It will be 3. It will be 3:2. How come 3:2 you are telling? Wait. Children, correct yourself. What is the sacrificing ratio? I have just written the fractions. You have to tell me ratio, in which ratio it is to be distributed. Don't commit a mistake in a hurry. Take your time and answer in which ratio it will be distributed. Yes, Khushi Kali sent the right answer. 3 is to 4. And Manan also, I think. Manan, very good. Khushi, good. Ashish, very good. 3 is to 4. Fine. Some you have answered 3 is to 2 in a hurry. Basically, it is 3 is to 4. He has surrendered 2/5 of 2/5. So my sacrificing ratio is 3 is to 4. Fine. And this 21,000 brought by the incoming partner will be distributed amongst A and B in 3 is to 4. Can I have the journal entries now? What will be the journal entries? Yes. So many children have sent the correct answer. I'll acknowledge later on. But entries have been sent first by Lakshit, I think. Yes, Lakshit, correct. Entries are correct. But children, there is participation from only 12th C and 12th E. What about 12D and 12th F? You are not participating. Yes, very good. Harshit has also sent the correct entries. Very good. Fine. So my entries will remain the same. The ones I discussed, cash account to premium for goodwill. The only thing that you have to fill is the amount, that is 21,000 he's bringing. And this 21,000, because both the partners were sacrificing, this will be distributed amongst A and B in their sacrificing ratio, that is 3 is to, yes, what was the sacrificing ratio? It was 3 is to 4. So my amounts will be amongst A and B, it will be distributed 9,000 and 12,000. A's capital account will be credited by 9,000 and B's capital account will be credited by 12,000. Fine. So entries, it is the calculation part that you have to work on. Entries are very simple. Cash is coming in on account of premium for goodwill. This is being distributed amongst the partners, but in which ratio it is going to be distributed and what is the amount that he's going to bring in, that is to be calculated carefully. Fine. So we have to find out the sacrifice. We have to find out the new profit share, new share of the incoming partner, and then fine. I have a query that why the C share of goodwill distributed in the sacrificing ratio? Why not in profit sharing ratio? Yes, children, I discussed that the new partner is going to bring in premium for goodwill and capital. Capital because he's acquiring two rights, right to share the assets and right to share the profits. Now the profits, he's getting the right to share the profits because of the sacrifice made by the old partners. That is why this premium for goodwill is being distributed amongst the old partners in which they are sacrificing, in the ratio in which they are sacrificing their share in favor of new partner. That is why this premium for goodwill is being distributed amongst the old partners in their sacrificing ratio. You have to remember this, that this has to be distributed in sacrificing ratio, and you have to remember the reason also. This reason can also be asked, that why it is being distributed in the sacrificing ratio, or why the premium for goodwill is brought by the new partner. Fine. So we have discussed this. Now in this case, Suppose he brings premium for goodwill and this premium for goodwill is distributed amongst the partners and the partners withdrew the amount. So what will be the entry? Whatever 9,000 and 12,000 they were getting, they will withdraw the cash. So entry will be just like simple drawings, capital account debited to cash. Whatever amount was being credited to their capital account on account of goodwill is being withdrawn by the partners. But you are going to withdraw the amount or you're going to pass this third entry when it is mentioned in the question. Otherwise, we believe that the cash is retained in the business. Fine. Now, there might be a case where the partners are withdrawing a percentage of the amount they are getting for the premium of goodwill. Like in this case, partners were getting 9,000 and 12,000. Now, if I say 50% of the cash is withdrawn by the partners, that means A and B will withdraw 4,500 and 6,000. Remaining amount will be retained in the business. Fine. So whatever percentage of drawing is given to you, you will pass the third entry by that particular amount. Now there is a possibility. These are the two cases we have discussed for goodwill brought in cash. But there might be a possibility that the goodwill is brought in kind. Kind means he's bringing some assets. He might be having a running business. So he brought all his assets into the firm that he is admitted into in the form of capital and premium for goodwill. He's not bringing in any cash. He's bringing all the assets of the previous business that he was carrying on. So my entries, instead of cash, it will be assets. It can be an asset. It can be assets also. There can be many assets also. Assets account debited to premium for goodwill, and premium for goodwill will be distributed amongst the old partners in old profit sharing ratio. But here the partners cannot withdraw anything because premium for goodwill has not been brought in cash. Fine. So these assets are going to be retained in the business. The only difference, instead of cash, you are going to debit assets account or a single asset account. Let's take a question. Here, I would like you to pass the entries first. Here's concept of sacrificing ratio has again been taken. X and Y are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Z is admitted as a partner for 1/4 share. Read carefully. Z is admitted as a partner for 1/4 share, and Z contributed following assets towards his capital. He's not bringing in cash. He's bringing stock, debtors, land, and plant and machinery. On the date of admission of Z, the goodwill of the firm was valued at 6 lakhs. So how much amount he should have brought for premium for goodwill? My first question is that before you write the journal entries, first answer how much amount he should bring for premium for goodwill. How much amount should be brought on account of premium for goodwill? Very good, Rahul. Rahul is very active today. That is good. It's a correct answer. Let it come from others also. Yes. Very good, Apoorv. Oh, 12th F has also participated. Very good. Chaitanya. Very good. Harshit, check your answer. It's not correct. Harshit of 12C, check your answer. Chaitanya has not calculated, but he has given the correct formula. He's going to bring 1/4 of 6 lakhs. That is, yes, how much is 1/4 of 6 lakhs? It is 1,50,000. Fine. But what all he is bringing? Stock, debtors, land and plant and machinery. He is bringing total of how much? 2,80,000. Assets worth rupees 2,80,000. Out of this, 1,50,000 is an account of his share of goodwill. That means remaining 1,30,000 he is bringing for capital. Remaining 1,30,000 he is bringing for capital. Now, my next question is, in which ratio, without calculating, you have to tell me in which ratio this premium for goodwill will be distributed amongst X and Y. Who are all the partners who are sacrificing their share, and which ratio this premium for goodwill will be distributed? Yes, Aman, very good. But I don't know why have you changed the ratio. There is no need to change, though it is a correct answer, but there is no need to change the ratio. Tushar, very good. Rahul, very good. Yes, children, they were sharing X and Y. Correct answer, Sahaj, very good. X and Y are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. Z is admitted for 1/4 share. We discussed the first case. Fine. New partner, when only new partner share is given, we are not given in which ratio is acquiring the share or in which ratio the old partners are sacrificing. We are going to consider old profit sharing ratio as the sacrificing ratio. So it is simply 3:2. So whatever premium amount he is bringing, 1,50,000 will be distributed amongst X and Y in their old profit sharing ratio. Basically, it is sacrificing ratio. Both are sacrificing, it is being distributed in sacrificing ratio. But because the case is this, that old profit sharing ratio is equal to sacrificing ratio, that is why it is 3:2. But the concept is not going to change. It has been distributed in sacrificing ratio, though it is a case where sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio. So let's see the entries. You pass the entries and then you check your answers. I'm getting the entries as well. Very good, children. This shows your concepts are clear. No, Lakshit, there is a mistake here. Lakshit, there is a mistake in the entry. So when I discuss, you check your answer. Yes, you children are you are doing a slight mistake in the amounts. The entries are correct, but there is a slight mistake in the amounts. No, Aman, this is not correct. Aman, the answer is not correct. Check your answer once again. I'm showing you the entries. Asset account to premium for goodwill, but I added one point here. This is sent by whom? This is correct. Even Rahul has given the correct answer. I don't know name. Let me see the name. Tushar. Tushar, your answer is correct. Let's see the answer now. He's bringing all the assets. So all the assets account will be debited. Fine. So he is bringing assets worth rupees 2,80,000. If you do the sum of all these assets, his assets comes out to be 2,80,000. Now he was supposed to bring 1,50,000 for premium for goodwill. That means remaining amount he is bringing for capital. He is supposed to bring only two things. One is capital and another is premium for goodwill. So he is going to bring 2,80,000, 1,50,000 is on account of premium for goodwill that we calculated. So remaining amount is 1,30,000, which will be is an account of his capital. And this 1,50,000, as we discussed, this will be distributed in the ratio. This will be distributed amongst X and Y in their sacrificing ratio. Fine. And the sacrificing ratio is 3:2. I think you can now distribute 1,50,000. I kept it blank. This will be distributed amongst A, X, and Y in the ratio of 3:2. Fine. This will come out to be 9,000 and 6,000. This is simple. Since old profit sharing ratio was sacrificing ratio, so this 1,50,000 will be distributed amongst X and Y in the ratio of 3:2. 90,000 and 60,000. Fine. Very correct. I hope it's clear now that if he's bringing assets can be brought for capital as well as premium for goodwill. Now, the another thing is he might not be able to. Suppose a partner is being admitted for 5 lakh capital and 20,000 premium for goodwill. Fine. He had only 5 lakh with him and he's able to contribute only 10,000, out of 20,000 that he's supposed to bring for premium for goodwill. So there might be a possibility that he's unable to bring the whole amount of premium for goodwill in cash. Fine. He's unable to bring his share of premium for goodwill in cash or in kind. It can be anything. He's unable to bring that. Fine. So in that case, my journal entries will be whatever amount. I'm taking the previous example. Suppose he was in the first example where we calculated that he was supposed to bring 21,000 as premium for goodwill. Fine. Suppose he was able to bring only 10,000. So my journal entry will be cash account to premium for goodwill. But he was supposed to bring 21,000. So sacrificing partners will be getting 21,000. So what is the next journal entry that I'm going to pass is premium for goodwill account debited 10,000, whatever amount he has brought it in cash. Fine. Then I am doing partner's current account debited. Whatever amount he's unable to bring it in cash or kind. Fine. If he's bringing in kind, that is good enough. But he's not able to bring it in cash, neither in cash nor in kind. So the amount not brought in by the incoming partner will be debited to his current account. And children, note down this. You have to pass this. There are books where it is given by capital account. There are people who teach this by capital account. No, this has to be passed through current account. In the revised NCERT also, and in the marking scheme also, they give it through current account only. And this current account is not the current account that we maintain in the fixed capital method. This is not that current account. This current account means that this amount of 11,000 is due from the incoming partner. Fine. This is like debtor. This amount of 11,000 that he has not brought in is due from him. He will pay it after a while. Fine. So this 11,000 he's going to bring after a few days or a few months like debtors. So this is like my debtors which will be appearing on the debit side. Since it has a debit balance, it will be appearing on the debit side of my balance sheet. So this is not the current account that we maintain under fixed method. This current accounts reflect that this amount is due, which he is going to pay after a few days or a few months. Fine. So whatever amount is not brought by him is being debited to his current account. Now, there might be a possibility he's able to bring his share of goodwill in, he's able to bring his share of capital, but he's unable to bring his share of premium for goodwill. Then what will be my journal entry? He was supposed to bring premium for goodwill, but he was unable. He had only cash of rupees 5 lakhs. He did not have 20,000 premium, 20,000 cash for bringing premium for goodwill. So What does the firm says? What does the old partner said to him? Okay, it's fine. You bring 5 lakh as capital. The remaining 20,000 you pay later. Fine. So my entry, but that doesn't mean that he's not going to bring it. He's going to bring it, but after he has been admitted into the firm. So my journal entry at the point when he is being admitted, it will be when he is unable to bring his share of goodwill in cash. My journal entry will be partner's current account to sacrificing partner's capital or current account. Fine. But this current account is not the same as this current account. This current account is the accounts maintained under the fixed capital method. But this current account is the amount due from him on account of cash not brought in. Fine. This is like your debtor's account. This will act like not like your capital or current account. This will act just like your debtor account. This is the amount due on account of premium for goodwill which he was supposed to bring in. Yes, see this question. This is a question that you have to try and send me the answer. Manan and Sahil are partners in a firm with fixed capital. They admitted Lakshit as a new partner of the firm. He brings 3,20,000 as his share of capital. Calculate the goodwill and record the necessary journal entry. Send me the answer and we'll discuss it in the next class, children. Have a good day. Keep yourself, stay home, stay at home and keep yourself safe.